So let's get into business of today. My name is Falaji Manuel, and I'm the lead designer for Helix Design. And basically, there's always a beginning for everything you try to do. So this is my very first time of coming up with a process video or BTS video of my social media design. So basically, I decided to pick out this design because it's actually dear to me. So, and I want to walk you through the process of my design and how I come up with something functional and also minimal too, and with a touch of some grunge feel, something like that, using abstract images, using texture, using color, and using font pairing. So, join me as we start the journey. And here we are, we have the file. Yep. So this is a file. So what I'm going to do is that the output is going to be on the left hand side, while the product, what we are going to be working on, is going to be on the right hand side. So for things like text, I might just pick it out and use it here. So let's see how it goes. I might change my mind and decide to design from scratch. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to bring in the assets I'm going to use. So here is it. First of all, I open this, work with this, open this, take out the background of this. First of all, that's the first thing I do. And when I take out the background, I select the quick max and enter the max environment. Now the max environment is showing me the cutout, and if I want it to show me that's the cutout on an onion screen, which is a transparent screen. So a matching ant here, let me just pick this. Yep, coming. So here now, it's going to show the original. Okay, this is this is the image itself, the original image. Now we're taking out this. Now this is the work what we just edited now. So nothing much to take out from here. Let me just quickly use my lasso tool, which is L on Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop for this design. So to deselect some things, and for me to deselect, I'm just going to click on the option key. So deselect. So I just want to take out this part. So it's going to go out. Don't worry, emphasis are not going to be here. Now I'm going to ensure add this part. Okay. So I think same thing here. This part was missing because of it was an automatic selection, and I take out this aspect. Just take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Here too. But don't forget that you have to have your hands on the option key so that you can do a negative selection to take out subjects you don't need. So I've taken this out, and let me see, I'm okay with the selection. I'm just smoothing it a little bit. I'll make it smooth, and here we go. So we are working with this. This time around, I'm not using the camera raw because I didn't use the camera raw in the initial design that was done. I ensure that my subject, anytime I'm working with any assets in Photoshop, I convert it to smart object, so that when it's going to be used on a bigger canvas, maybe for digital prints, or that's for billboard, for instance, that's physical print, not digital print, physical print, then you can scale up without losing any detail. So here now I'm going to convert this to smart object, and I just name this as PD. I'll copy it, then go back to here and paste. So this is it. Well cut. And we are here. Yep. So let me just bring it here so that I can get the actual height. So this is the height. I take it back. Now, if you notice something here, the image looks a little bit bent. So what I do is just straighten up. Done. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to bring the background. Now I work to different background. Let me just, okay, there's the first one. The first background. Yeah, I'm coming. So let me bring this down a little bit so I can see my screen very well. Yes, so this is the first background. Now I scale it to fit. This is where I need you. Then for Windows, Command angle bracket back. So you can see it has taken it back. So there's something after doing this now. Just take note of what I'm doing. Now that's one. Two, there is something else I'm going to bring in, which is let me come back here. It looks like a globe. Yeah, a world view. Yeah, something like this. You bring it here too. Command angle bracket left angle bracket, and here we are. We have this here. So now this is where you start moving things around. For me, I want this to be black and white. Likewise, the image behind. So this is black and white. The background is black and white. So, but I have to add layer marks to take out these sharp edges first. With your brush tool, select B, reduce the size using the angle bracket. So I'm reduced the size. So now, just take out that edges. Yes, so you see, it don't resemble now, B. So here it is. Now I've gotten this. Now I want to take care of the background, so that's why I'm doing this in bits. So once I'm done with the background, then I'm going to work on text so that we don't get confused, because this is layers upon layers. Now don't forget that this same image is what was used here. Don't forget that it was what was used here. So I'll just duplicate, which is Command J, take down here, increase the size and flip. Yep. So reduce it like how I want. Now it looks like the subject in this design is floating. Now this is what I do now. For this is a hack I use for mine. So what I'll do here is I will add background. That's a drop shadow. I'll come to the layer style, add drop shadow here. Now make it visible. Make it visible. No, I want something straight. Yes, I want something straight. Something big, visible. Now, so I've made it visible enough. So this is how you see that the shadow is behind him. Now I will just go to my layer menu here. I think it's under layer style. I go to create layer. So it asks me some aspect of the effect cannot be reproduced with layer. Okay, blah blah blah. Don't show again. Okay. Now notice something. This is the drop shadow. This is the subject. I click on the drop shadow and scale it down to fit what I want. Now don't forget that your hand has to be either on, I think it should be the shift key. No, I think sorry, sometimes this, yes, okay. No, I think yeah, okay. No, yes. Yes. So command key which is control on Windows. Sometimes this needs to what we just do is know how to do is like, okay, click on this and it works. So now is the command key, and this is what is giving me. Now I take it closer. Take it closer. Okay. And yeah. So I'm going to feed this. No, something is wrong somewhere. I think something is wrong somewhere. Okay, reduce the background. Shadow. Take it down. So this is just for you to have a feel like the subject is casting a shadow to the background. Now here comes the hack. You have to start creating new layers. Let me just say this one as shadow 1. So your brush tool, which is B, now click on this. This is what I need. Now I've created this. So you need to now take it below the subject. The subject now. You can see that I'm adding shadow. So this is shadows. So the leg. Now let me duplicate and take this back too, and do some tweaking to give me what I want. So you can reduce your opacity if you're not okay with how dark it is. So I've reduced this. So I'm going to do same thing here. Add an layer brush, click, yes, V, which is behind. Now same thing. So you can see that it's having a little bit depth of it. That okay, this subject is not floating. Now there's something I did here. If you notice, the background is having a grunge feel. Now what I did was that I added some other ingredients. Now let me just drop them here. This cardboard and assets. Okay, I'll drop this here. Okay, this is the original look. Why the asset to same thing? This is here. So I take them to the back. They have no use at the front. They have no use at the front. This one too, same thing. So let me just take this out for now. Bring this up and scale to fit the background. Now you see where texture and every other thing comes to play. Now all I need here is I need this to be at the background. Now all these black and white, I go here first. That as some adjustment here. The adjustment layer, I come and create black and white. So once I turn into black and white, I will turn this to multiply. Now either I use multiply or I use screen. Look at, depends on what you want to get. But multiply will give me what I want. I just reduce the opacity. Now I bring this one back. increase the size, take it to the back. Now you can see that I bring it here now. I'm going to reduce the opacity. There's something else. Let me open this as a file and save. Bring back. Now notice the black and white is having an effect on it, so I just need to bring it above the black and white. And here we are. And just do a multiply fill. Okay, screen. Let me do screen. Because screen I used. And I increase this a little bit. So there's something I used also. I didn't copy it here, but I'll just pick it up from the design here itself. Okay, it's like a flare. It's like flare. Let me paste it. Ctrl C. Bring it into this. You can see that it's all coming to life. But mind you, I'm still going to reduce the opacity of this. I'm going to reduce the opacity. So give me something like this. Then I come here, reduce the opacity of these two. Let me take this up a little bit. All these things depends on how you move the layers on each other. So if I take this one up a little bit, it becomes darker. So let me just reduce it. Just watch. Look at what happened here. Now, let me just pick up the text. I'm just trying to look at what works best here. Now let me leave this. Add a max. Use my brush. If I feel it's giving me a dark feel, use my brush to clean the surroundings so that the effect is just going to be on that circular oval shape. So for the cardboard, to this cardboard texture, this is it here. This is it here. So for this now, what I'll do is I'll come into the layer style. I'll double click on it. Yes. Now for the blend, I have to split here. I want to see what it's going to give me. Now let's bring this under this. Yep. The brush. To the brush. So don't forget, we still have a black and white. Exactly. Yep, I got it now. So now all these things need to be under the black and white, giving that black and white texture that I was looking for initially. Can you see it? So that's it now. So the next stage here is to pick up the text. Let me just copy the text here. I use Enter PD. You know that all this will be going behind. So to make things easier for myself, I just need to group all these assets together and take them to the front. Yes, so it's like this. brought this down because I want to get something close to or almost perfect. Now the day I'll copy it to and paste here. And let's see how it goes for these two. So no, it's also going to the back. So it's going to be like this. Everything is intact. And for this, I did something here. Just want to be sure. Okay, it's also 10. It looks simple, but what you do to get this sometimes can be very funny. So let me just compare what I did here and what we have here. So there's something we use here. Let me bring out that asset so you can see it. This, yeah, this. So I'll just clip it to the text here. Now PD, that's number 1. I'm going to do same thing to this day. I'll clip into it. So now let's just group these together to have a clean layer. And I would always label it, but not all the time. Sometimes you just want to be free. You want to be free. So let me copy this also. Bring it here too. And let's bring it here. Okay. The idea is to ensure that everything aligns. Everything text. Everything aligns. So once they align, then you know that you are working, or you're ensuring that you're paying attention to details. So just move it bit by bit. Yep. So we have this now. Now, if you notice something, you notice that this is darker. No, this is darker than this, and it's because of some things here. Let me reduce the opacity of this. Bring this one down a little bit. You see now, okay, this is part of what is making it a little bit dark. So leave it at normal, then reduce the fill, increase the opacity. So you feel reduce the darkness. Now increasing the opacity so that we can get that texture we're looking for. And I think this junction, let me draw this down, increase the size so you can see it more. Now let me reduce the opacity generally to 40. Yep. Now this one is expected to be black and white. So I'll just go the easy route. Come to the this place here, the layers. Okay, we leave here. No, let me increase the size. Then I'll go to the adjustment layer, black and white, clip it to it. Now what is left? Let me just move this text because I already have them. That won't be wasting too much time. Let me just move this text, Ctrl J, and group them, take them here. And you see the reason why the opacity of this has to reduce. This has to go down. Exactly, it's better this way. It's better this way. Now we are left to this. Let me just copy this. Come to this, paste, and take it behind. Take it behind. Okay. Behind the day. So it's like it's actually here. Let me increase the size. Like you really know what is behind there. Yes. Now I take this up and bring this tip down so that it flushes to the edge here. So you can see that everything is coming to shape now. Everything is coming to shape, and all we need to do is the last one now before I round up this tutorial is this. Let me take this out. This one, let me just bring this here. So this is going to be here behind. And there's another paper tape here. This, yes. So this also reduce the size. Bring it down here. Now I want to change the hue saturation of this. I'll go to the adjustment layer, click on hue saturation, colorize. Now I'm going to clip this colorize layer into the paper tone, paper tip rather. So now we have this. You can see that I've changed the color totally. So if you want to change the color to another one, another color, you just have to move the slider across to give you what you want. So that's it. Now I take this text. So let me just take it out here. So there's something I do for my designs. I ensure that anything I'm using as maybe text or choice of text, the color must align with the color of subject around my designs. Now, what is left? Helix design, all right, reserved. Let me bring this in. Group it. Let me just do this. That's group. Duplicate. Then bring it here. So all I need to do now is to bring down this. It needs to go down. World needs to come down too. And I need to reduce this a little bit. Just reduce this a little bit, and you can see that we have the same design. So what do you do? Most times I work on layers. I work with artboard for my designs instead of opening multiple interfaces for each design, and it's because of my system can handle that. Not everyone's system can handle that decision. So if you know that you are not using a high-end system, please work on layers. Each design should have just one. Each design file should have just one design on it, so that it will not eat up the space on your system. One thing with this thing is that once you start loading it up with a lot of files, it start eating up into your physical memory, and if your physical memory is already filled up, you won't be able to continue with the journey. So what I advise people to do is that work in bits. Files you don't need to open, or applications you don't need to open while you're working on Photoshop, don't open it, so that you can have a responsive system. So what I will do here now is just for me to move things around. Now this PD has to go down. The D has to go down. D has to go down. The PD has to come up. Okay, so the word has to go up too. And now this height is. So let me rename this to tests class. So I'll come to the file, go to export as artboard to file. Now, so just browse where I want to save, because I've not saved that file before. I will go to my documents. Let's see where it goes to, or desktop rather. Go to desktop, Bedi design. Here now, Bedi design recovered. So the quality is up, everything. Now I can run, and it's going to save it. Successful. So how do you just bring this up? You will see the design here. So this is what we just worked on. This is what worked on. So thank you very much for staying with me. Like I said earlier, this is my first time, and I pray it isn't my last time. So as time goes on, I'm going to come up with some videos about how I go about my design process, and you just need to follow me on YouTube, and hopefully just click on this subscribe button down there, and I look forward to having you on my channel. Thank you very much.